Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. I'm really excited about this video because I've been thinking about it for a couple of days. I'm so excited to be doing this, like you guys have no clue. Today we're going to be making our own advent calendar. Stay with me, y'all. I've been seeing people make book advent calendars and stuff like that for like weeks now, and I think it's my time to finally do it. Also, please forgive me for the audio. The audio is gonna be bad in this one just because I'm not hooking up my mic to this. You're getting shitty iPhone quality for now. We have some wrapping here, of course, gingerbreads because I love gingerbreads. Cookies, gingerbread cookies. And you might be asking, how am I going to be doing an advent calendar for books if I, one, am on a book buying ban, two, don't have that many books? Well, dear listener, dear watcher, the simple answer is I'm doing it with manga. The hard answer is I'm wrapping my own books because yeah. I've talked about this before, I believe. I have a lot of manga that I haven't read. And to try and cut down on that, I'm going to be doing the advent calendar idea where I unwrap a book every day and read it that exact same day. And obviously it'll be easier with manga because not only do I have a bigger amount of manga that I haven't read, but also manga's just easier to read. So with that being said, I'm really excited for this. I have never wrapped a gift before, let alone a book, so I'm really excited to learn how to wrap a book today. Today is going to be mainly just wrapping, picking out the books and then wrapping them, of course. So yeah, I'm really excited for this, and I hope this is somewhat of an interesting video to watch at least. If not, let me know. I won't do this next year if it is really boring and stuff. Let's get into picking out the books, which is probably the most important part, and then we'll get into wrapping. I do want to do series. I don't know how necessarily I'm going to do that because obviously it's going to be a little bit hard to wrap series individually. I have a couple of ideas. I also do want to incorporate my books, which you can kind of see down here, because I do have a couple books, like physical books that I own and that aren't from the library that I do need to read soon. We'll try to incorporate both. I might do books every like 5 days or something, or every like 10 days. So I'll start off with a book maybe to read within a week, and then the next book, so on and so forth. That's what I was thinking. With series, I was thinking of just either wrapping them all together, so one day I get volume 1 and then the next day volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, or just spreading them out. So we'll see how I decide to do that. But anyways, let's get into picking out the books that I'm gonna pick out. Alrighty, so welcome to my floor featuring my dog. This is my cute little papa. Look at him, he's so cute. He needs a little grooming though, so please ignore that. But welcome to my floor. We got a couple of good picks, so let's talk about them a little bit, and then I'm gonna get into wrapping them, which is probably gonna take the longest part, especially since I am working, so this might not be done for like a week, just saying. So real quick, let's get into the actual books that I'm gonna wrap. We have, of course, Just Say Yes by Goldie Moldovsky. The reason I picked this one is because I've been trying to read this for so long, like so long. I bought this book a while back now. Oh, and there goes my puppy. I bought this book a while back now, and I haven't found time to read it, so I want to read it. It's not that long of a book. It's only like, what, 300 pages? 310 pages long. So it shouldn't take me that long, which is why I'm adding it to the stack. Plus it's just one of, again, this is kind of like my 10 before the end type of thing, so this is definitely one of the ones that I want to read before the end of the year. So next up we have Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Am I necessarily obsessed with reading this book? No. However, am I wanting to read this book really badly? Yes. This is, I think, Ali Hazelwood's first YA romance, if I'm not mistaken. And again, it's another one that's a little bit shorter. So this one is only 347 pages long. So it's a bit of a shorter book. One of my newest books as well. So that is another book that I want to really read. Now moving into the manga section. Let's start with the smaller stack here. First up, we have volume 2 of The Girl I Saved on the Train Turned Out to Be My Childhood Best Friend. I did in fact read volume 1, which is why volume 1 isn't in this stack. I don't remember exactly why I didn't continue reading volume 2. I really enjoyed volume 1, obviously, or I wouldn't have bought in volume 2. So I really want to continue with the series. And of course, the next volume I have is volume 2. So I'd like to read it and see if I actually want to continue with the series or just keep it at 2 volumes and go on about my day for now. So this is definitely going in the stack. Next up, we have another one that I've been meaning to read for a while but just haven't. Takane and Hana, volume 2. I think this is one of the only volumes I got from this series from, I think it was Book Off when I went in, it's been a while now, but I went back, it was either in Arizona or in Cali, so I bought this one there. I forgot which one though. It's probably the Arizona trip. But yeah, so I've had it since then. It's been a couple months now. I think we went back in like March, maybe June or July, I think. So it's been a hot minute. So yeah, I definitely want to read this volume. I definitely do want to collect the series, but definitely want to get around to reading this one. Next up, we have Let's Do It Already, volume 1. Pretty self-explanatory. I've had this volume for a while now. As you can see with the yellowing, I've had this book for a while now and I just haven't read it yet. So I definitely want to add this to my stack of books I want to read for sure. Also just because I want to see if I want to finish or collect the series, more of the series. Next up, we have Tokyo Aliens Volume 9. This is a series that I am currently still, following along with. This is the newest volume. I just haven't had any time to pick it up yet. So I feel like adding it into the stack will really push me to read it. So next up, we have a 2-parter. We have volumes 1 and 2 of My Secret Affection. I did read volume 1. It is a 2-part series. I did read volume 1 a while ago. I believe I bought both the volumes at the same time, but for some reason I didn't read the second volume right after. So I don't remember fully volume 1, which is why it's in this stack. So yeah. I remember vaguely parts of it. I remember them being in it's a really interesting plot actually, which I will probably talk about when I do my wrap-ups for these, for like the year in total, which that video is gonna be so long, I already know it. Like I should honestly start editing it now. But this one is a really interesting plot. It's basically about like 2 straight people in a world where the norm is to be gay, basically, and you follow along with our main character and her struggle with figuring out that she is in love with her childhood best friend, and she obviously doesn't think that he is into her, because in this world, like, bisexual or sexuality in general is not a spectrum. Like, it is just straight up everyone's gay, basically. So yeah, it's an interesting, definitely, plot. This series is definitely a series that I want to finish reading this year, because I've had it, I think I've had this series since I like started my collection. So definitely need these to be read finally. I'm gonna speed run the next 2. First we have, next we have Only the Stars Know by Nagisa Furuya. If you know me, Nagisa Furuya is one of my favorite BL authors. I do have a bit of his collection. Most of them are read. However, I think I have like 2 series that I haven't read, and then a third volume of one series that I haven't read. And this is one of them. So I would definitely like to finish reading this to add to the rest of my Nagisa Furuya collection that I've read. So, and then we have volumes 1 through 3 of I'm a Wolf, but My Boss is a Sheep. This is another one. It's another series that I've been meaning to read for a while, but just haven't. I think I read volume 1, if I'm not mistaken, or read like halfway through volume 1 and really enjoyed it, and then picked up the other 2. But regardless, I'm gonna just read all of these again, regardless of whether or not I've even started reading them, which I don't remember. But I think I'm pretty sure I read volume 1, but I'm gonna reread them anyways. And then finally, our last stack. Again, I'm gonna kind of speed run these. First up, we have Boys Run the Riot. I have read volume 1 of this one, and I do have the full complete series with me. I've had this series for a while now, so I definitely want to add this to one of my it's been read, basically, collection instead of just my physical TBR. So this is definitely one that's it's now or never kind of thing. I love this series though. This series, just from the first volume, very dear to my heart. Next up, we have How I Met My Soulmates, Volume 1. I, fun fact, got this book when it first started releasing in the US. I don't know, like a year or two ago now, and I still have not read it. So, this is definitely a series that I want to start reading and see if I like it enough to collect the rest of them. Obviously, not now, but definitely. Aria of the Beach Forest, Volume 3. This is the last volume in the Aria of the Beach Forest trilogy, I guess. And you can just tell, spoiler alert, you can just tell by the cover that she is a lot more grown. Breaks my heart. But yeah, definitely a series that I'm ready to finally read. This honestly might be one of the first volumes that I read, just because I'm so ready to read this volume and just cry all over again. But yeah, and then next up we have, of course, my Nagisa Furuya, my Ultramarine Sky. This is the other one that I was saying that I haven't read yet, at least that I physically own at the moment. So definitely going to add this to the pack. Why do I keep wanting to say pack? It's definitely gonna want this. What? Definitely gonna add this to the stack. Next up, we have I Want to Be a Wall, Volume 1, 2, and 3. This is another one where I'm pretty sure I read either halfway through or the full volume of Volume 1. Just didn't continue it, even though I have the full collection. At least I think I have the full collection. I think the third volume is the last volume, but I could be mistaken about that. So yeah, definitely want to read this. This is also a bit of a LGBTQ manga, so love that. Finally, we have volumes 1 through 3 of Cat Massage Therapy. Oops. This is another one that I know for sure I read volume 1 of, but I got volume 2 and 3 afterwards, and I remember bits and pieces of volume 1, just not the full thing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reread it. But yeah, so that is our stacks of manga that we're going to wrap. Now the fun part is figuring out how to wrap them. So I'm going to do most of them off screen, but I am going to try and learn how to wrap books on screen. So let's get into that. Hello everyone, this is going to be Editing Char doing a bit of a voiceover. As I'm recording this, it is currently December 15th, which is, halfway through already. Initially, I recorded this video and started doing, started wrapping the books and stuff, I believe November 18th, somewhere around there. I think I finished like fully November 20th. Like I said in the actual video, this is something that I was really excited for. I had been looking forward to it for like at least 3 weeks beforehand before I even started recording the intro to this, but I just couldn't get around to one, doing the actual like wrapping, because mind you, you'll see later on, but there were at least 24 books that I had to wrap. With that, I also had to learn how to wrap because I've never wrapped a book in my life before, nor have I wrapped any gift before, so this was a first time experience for me. As you can see in the actual video that I'm showing as I'm doing this voiceover, you can actually see me struggling a bit to even learn what I'm doing, but I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about the last month basically. Like I said, this video was originally basically recorded and fully done by November 20th. I haven't had the chance to edit this until literally today, earlier today, December 15th. So this is why this video is coming out a little bit later than I would have hoped. The last month, I'd say, of my actual work has been pretty hectic because obviously I work in somewhat of a retail store, so it is, holiday season, so we're getting a little, into the nick of it. So I just wanted to come on here and apologize for this video being posted pretty late. Regardless, that is just me coded to the core. The actual video of me opening up the books is also probably going to be late, just as a little spoiler. But I have a couple of other fun videos planned in 2026, and I am hoping that you guys will stick with me and my inconsistent upload schedule in the near future. But yeah, that is all for right now. I hope you guys enjoy this video and stay tuned. Alrighty guys, ignore the absolute mess that this area is, but we got all our books done. Currently they're just in this basket, which was my TBR basket. Now it's just my Christmas basket, I guess. But yeah, so we've got 1 all the way through 18 up here, and then back here 19, 20, 21. We got 22, 23, 24, and 25. It has come to my attention, or been brought up to my attention, that technically in advent calendars there's only 24 days, but I included the 25th, obviously, because it's a part of a series, but also because I did not know that before I started wrapping the books. Clearly, I've never celebrated Christmas before, like fully at least, and clearly I've never had an advent calendar. So there you go. I think this book, if I'm not mistaken, was, yeah, see, it's like, or no, it's this one. A couple of these books, like, I feel like I didn't tape them well enough because they are kind of coming undone. If they get too bad, I'll retape them, like put a little bit more tape on them and stuff. But for the most part, they're still intact. So this whole row has been done for like, I'd say at least 4 days now. This row I just finished doing, so hoping and crossing my fingers that it stays good until Christmas week. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me struggling to wrap these. I will also say, if you're concerned with me like just opening these up and pretending like I'm so surprised, no, I genuinely like I don't even remember half of the books that are on here, honestly. I know Aria of the Beach Forest is on here, and I know 2 of the books that are actually on here, like the 2 books. Forgot what order I put them in though. So I am very much so not the type of person who remembers stuff like this. So yeah. But yeah, so that was today's video. Thank you so much for coming along with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.